Yay? Nay? What's got to happen? I mean, I know what has to happen. Will it happen?
All right, so this is my college football playoff prediction. I'm gonna try to draw this out as long as I can, because I might piss off some Texas fans. So, maybe they'll stop watching by the time I'm done talking. All right, I'm gonna go through this procedurally, right? I think SEC championship, Georgia beats Alabama. Georgia's in undefeated, right?
Which can happen. Alabama's out. Alabama's out.
Yeah. I don't think Alabama beats Georgia. I think Georgia gets in there 13-0. They're good to go. I think Michigan, Iowa's just happy to be there. You know what I'm saying? Michigan gets Jim Harbaugh back. We've seen Shamar Moore now damn near cry twice, playing without Jim Harbaugh. That team's going to be motivated. That team's going to be excited. They're going to be emotional. They're going to beat Iowa pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
So Michigan's in. That's Georgia, Michigan. That's chalk, right? Everybody is, or excuse me, I missed one. Then we're talking about Washington and Oregon on Friday. Oregon has played like one of the best teams in the country. Washington barely beat them in a true home game by 3 points. I definitely think Oregon beats them on Friday. That should punch Oregon's ticket into the college football playoff. So, I think the winner of the game on Friday should be in the college football playoff. So now we have Georgia, Michigan, and either Oregon or Washington, right? That realistically probably leaves Florida State or Texas. And this is where the big debate comes in. And to me, it's not a perfect comparison, but it's eerily similar to last year with TCU and Alabama, where we all knew for a fact that Alabama was the better team. But we were so tired of seeing Alabama that we propped up TCU and said TCU had the better resume and deserved to be in the college football playoff.
And they did
only to watch them. They did win the game, right?
They did win a game.
Yeah, right. Because they outsmarted Coach Harbaugh. Right, but either way, they did win the game. So I guess they validated, them going to the college football playoff, even though they lost by 100 to Georgia, right?
True.
I think this is what's going to happen this weekend. Okay. Yep. Florida State is going to beat Louisville. Texas is going to beat Oklahoma State. People are going to say Florida State is the more deserving team because they're undefeated, even though they're playing without Jordan Travis.
By the way, are going to say they've been playing the Little Sisters of the Blind every week.
That too. People are going to say Texas is the better team, right? So then it comes down to a conversation of, do you put the more deserving team in who was literally flawless on their record if they beat Louisville, or do you put in the more exciting team who has a better chance of knocking off programs like Georgia and Michigan at this point with Texas? And I think if Texas and Florida State both win this weekend and Georgia, Michigan, and the winner of the Pac-12 championship have already punched their tickets, then I think Florida State should get in the playoffs. And I'm hoping all the Texas fans turn this off by now, right? I think that, to me, like I said, we cannot scream on-field results matter.
Yeah.
And then tell the College Football Playoff Committee to put in a 12-1 team over a undefeated Power 5 ACC team. I just do not see the logic for that, even as a Texas fan, even with Screaming Bevo on my chest, right? You know what I mean? I'm an analyst first. I'm truthful first. I'm just going to tell you how I feel, right? So I do think Texas is better than Florida State at this point. I do think Texas would produce better games in the college football playoff at this point, but I just do not see a scenario in which it would be right or which the committee will put a 12-1 team in over a 13-0 team just because their quarterback got hurt due to injury. We've already seen a precedent where a backup quarterback at Ohio State led a team to a national championship. And for all the Texas fans that are sitting at home pissed at me and mad right now, I want to ask you this. I'm going to challenge you to answer this question honestly. If Texas was 12-0 right now and Malik Murphy was the starting quarterback because Quinn Ewers was hurt and we won on Saturday, how would you feel if people said a 13-0 Texas team wouldn't look good in the playoffs with Malik Murphy, so they should be left out? You would feel right now how all of the Florida State fans feel hearing that BS. So I can't feel a type of way just because Texas is involved. If a 13-0 Florida State team exists on Saturday, they should be in the college football playoff. In any other year, Texas would probably make it. Unfortunately, this looks like the year that they might be on the outside looking in. But with that being said, I'm rooting hard as hell for Louisville for sure.
Yeah. and at the root of this, at the true root of this, you defend Oklahoma for 1 minute, and we're not having this conversation. You defend Oklahoma at the end of that game for 1 minute, and we're not having this. It's not.
You're probably the
undefeated
number one team in the country right now.
Correct.
Like, so that's what I'm saying. On field, if we want to scream on field results matter to all the Bama fans, then on field results matter. And Florida State found a way to go 13-0 if they win on Saturday. You cannot penalize a team of 100 people because their quarterback got hurt. And like I said, we have a precedent that anything can happen when you get there. It's 2 football games.
Jonathan Davis, Locked On Longhorns. Thanks for joining Locked On Big 12 today.
Yes, sir. They hate me, but who cares? Hook 'em.
For all those out there at Jonzo Ball on Twitter, you go follow them. You follow, subscribe to Locked On Longhorns, even though they're leaving us. This has been and always will be. Come back tomorrow. Let's break down Oklahoma State. And if they have a chance to win this game, thanks for making our shows your first listen every single day. Locked On Dose Grande.